So the ammunition itself, you see ours is wrapped in tin foil. Back then it would have been wrapped in linen bags. Most of that would have disintegrated in a shot, but foil stays inside and it smolders, so we take extra care to search the piece and go through the sponge. So first thing you'll hear me call out is 10 vent. So the man with the thumb stole, it's just a leather piece that ties and fits over his thumb. He'll dip that in the bucket of water, and he's going to put that over the touch hole. So what we're trying to do there is we're trying to keep air from rushing in and out. If anybody's ever tried to get a campfire starter or a fireplace started and you're blowing on the coals and they glow red, that's the same thing we're trying to avoid. So if we've had a previous shot and there's any debris still left in the barrel, if we didn't tend the vent, every time we went in with the sponge especially, we're gonna not have a vacuum. We're just gonna be pulling air through that touch hole throughout the barrel, and it's just the same thing as blowing on a hot ember and just making it hotter and hotter and hotter if it doesn't get extinguished. So we wanna block that air. Next thing we're gonna do is call out search piece. The man with the screw, this double pointed screw, he's going to run that down a barrel and he's going to spin that around and try and catch any of that debris. In our case, the aluminum, but in their case, it would have been the bags, might have been linen, might have been canvas. They want to catch any leftover debris that's down that barrel. He's going to screw that and he's going to pull that out. And then we're going to go advanced sponge. The man with the ramrod, one end of which is wrapped with a piece of lamb's wool that he's dipped in a bucket, got nice and wet. And he'll run that down the barrel and we're going to extinguish any sparks that may be left. We're going to get rid of all the fire that may contact the new fresh powder that we're going to put in. So once that's done, I'll call to our powder monkey, and depending on the situation, I'll say 3-pound solid shot, or I may say 3-pound grape shot if I've got to repel an attacker or a group of attackers that's coming at us and I want to do a shotgun kind of a deal and mow them all down. I'll call for the charge. He'll put that charge inside his leather pouch to keep it safe from any possible contact with fire or flame, sparks or anything, and he'll walk up to our man that had the screw, and he's going to take the cartridge from him. I'll command him to load with cartridge. He'll put the cartridge down the end of the barrel, and then we go back to our sponge rammer, and we take the rammer end, this turned end here that's about the size of the bore of the barrel, and he'll ram that cartridge home, ram it all the way down to make sure it's packed tight inside the breech. Then I'll throw the command out to prime. And our thumb stole man now, his job is to run this brass piece down that touch hole. He's going to poke a hole in that bag of powder. So he's going to expose that main charge to the priming powder that we're going to put down. Or in our case, we're going to put a pre-made quill. So like the name suggests, this is a quill from a goose feather. It's going to be cut. It's going to be filled with very fine powder. That's going to give us our little priming charge. He'll run that down the touch hole, make sure it goes inside the bag of powder of the main charge. And now that we're fully loaded, we're ready to go. So I'll be talking to the lint stock man after we make sure we take aim and everybody's clear of the wheels. If we were firing projectiles, you would see this gun leak back from the charge. You see that sometimes with the guns we have across the way because that's the nature of them. They'll leak back some. But if you put a cannonball inside or any kind of charge inside when you light one of these off, it's going to come back. A foot, 2 feet, whatever size the charge is. So we get clear of the gun, we take aim. Then with the lint stock, which is just a burning piece of rope. This is just a piece of rope that's been soaked in saltpeter. And what that does, it allows it to burn really hot, but very slow. This is our slow match. So he's going to blow on that ember, make sure it's nice and cherry red. And when I give the command, he's going to touch the very tip of that quill priming charge. It's going to light up, go down that touch hole, set off the main charge, and repeat the whole process over. Clear the gun, go back and do the screw, do the sponge, do all that stuff. Make sure that the previous charge is cleared out before we declare that it's clear or before we load the machine. Anybody have any questions?
You ever actually shot a cannonball?
I have.
Do oranges count?
Onions?
A couple of the boys have live fire bees. I have a live mustard. That's good enough.
That piece is a 3-pounder. It has a 2 5/8 inch bore. A service charge of powder. We use 6 ounces for a blank round demonstration. It would have about a 10-12 ounce service charge, and then a 3-pound ball or projectile, whether it's canister, round, grape shot, but a 3-pound projectile. That piece right there would roll backwards 4 or 5 feet.
And we could easily take out every car in the parking lot across the
It's got an effective range of about 1,200 yards.